everybody. This is Ahmed Tharwat Ahmedia, and this is Wednesday, March 20th. And this early morning here, and waking up, just fed up with all the media hope about the conflict and clashes between genocidal Joe and Netanyahu about the war in Gaza. It just an amazing campaign to manufacture differences and manufactures conflicts between the two criminals committing a major crime in Gaza for over 5 months. And even until today, the starvation becoming a military strategy after the failure, destroying the whole city and killing over 30,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, and there's nothing to show for. And still, Netanyahu, after he run out of ammunition, run out of places to destroy in Gaza, waiting for a new supply. You know, some of European countries they stop supplying him with ammunition, and the American, American, in spite of all this rhetoric about the conflict and crisis between Netanyahu and Biden, still shipping him the most sophisticated weapon and jets and whatever the number is to keep the slaughtering on. We all heard about manufacturing consent for Norman Chomsky. Nauman Chomsky and Edward Herman, and they did that in the 90s. And of course, they rightly explain how the media, in spite of this image of searching for the truth and defends democracy and justice, in their actual practice, they defend the economic and social and political agenda of the privileged groups. So this is a capitalist system. So a capitalist narrative. The dominant narrative is we are a democracy, a free market, and everybody gets shot, and freedom of expression, and everybody has right anything to do, and that just rhetorics and inequality and racism and Islamophobia and wars and destruction and invasion and killing millions of people and in the Arab world and Afghanistan and exploiting third world countries, so-called, and that's why they were third world countries, because it's of the exploitation, imperialism, and slaughtering. And so the media might appeal, they are arguing and searching for the truth and reporting, but they really agree on one thing, this, after all, democracy and the best system there is. Look at Russia, look at Soviet Union, look at ISIS, look at Hamas, look at Russia now, look at this and that, and people killing themselves and violence and wars in the Middle East. This is really manufactured narrative that taught in school, everywhere, and people slowly believe it without even knowing. And even the liberal, they think just mistakes. It was Vietnam's was Johnson's war and Clinton war, and this is just a mistake. Singer's China, and just blame it on decisions, bad decision, bad people. The system is good, you just don't understand it. It's just a few mistakes, dropping two nuclear bombs in Japan. We cannot invade it because millions of people will die. Just justification, rationalization, but basically we are good, but we make mistakes, and we try hard, we correct it, and we have a vibrant the media and system, and we'll talk about it, and we're gonna sort it out at the end. But the genocide, the slaughtering, and the Holocaust that the West committed in Africa, this is just the mistakes. The king of Belgium has this. Now they're trying to do this the opposite, trying to manufacture uh, uh, conflicts and try to manufacture dispute between two thugs, two criminals. The New York Times, Israel-Hamas war, Biden and Netanyahu clash over Gaza. For affair, how Biden can get tough on Netanyahu. It's like if Netanyahu is just a little kid, it's just the son of your girlfriend or whatever, and he's a naughty boy. The guy destroyed Gaza and killed more than 30,000 Palestinians, and he's a naughty boy. You just have to, court him to do the right things. You can destroy Gaza, go after Hamas, but be a little bit careful about killing children and the women. We'll give you smarter bombers. We'll give you smarter weapons. Just be careful. Use them carefully. Regardless of the rhetorics of the Israelis, officials that they actually come across, we don't care about the children of Gaza. We don't care about the civilian. In the Torah, it tells us don't worry about kill everybody. Women and children, spare no one, spare no children. They say that. And we still think Hamas, Islamists are vicious, are unhinged. You cannot control them, irrational. They want to destroy the world and this and that, and beheading people. You have a Zionist ideology that in its own ideology talks about a Jewish state, only a Jewish state. So it's for the over 70 years, they're beheading another nation, and we still think the Palestinians are terrorists and Hamas is whatever. And we compare the two, the most powerful military, probably the fourth most powerful military in the world, against a few hundred fighters in Hamas. And we still think it's a war. Where is the uniform? There is a war. All those people who got killed, they're not wearing uniforms. You're killing thousands of women, and you're still talking about Hamas committing rape of the Israelis, and some say, oh, they are raping Jewish women because they are Jewish. And it's just the Israelis and the Zionist mentality. They only believe the only victims in history are the Jewish victims. They don't accept other victims. They never talk about the Holocaust that has been committing before Hitler came in Africa and India, committed by the European and the American. That's why the Holocaust in Europe was possible, but they ignored the other Holocaust that was committed by the West. They would have recognized that it could happen again. So unless we admit that this Holocaust was a human tragedy, not the Jewish tragedy, unless we admit there is other victims beside the Jew and other victims beside the white victims, it's going to happen again, and it's happening now in Gaza. And this guy blame, there's no difference between the Zionist mentality and the Zionist state before him. No difference between the Code and Labour Party. They all believe in slaughtering and eliminating the Palestinians and the Arabs, invade countries, destroying country. Um, and it's amazing that Washington Post, how Biden became embroiled in Gaza conflict with nothing to forward. And they're all talking about how the policy of Biden providing weapon and political coverage for the Israelis is going to affect his chances of being reelected. That's all they care about. How it's going to affect his reelection. This man and that he's trying to talk about the fate of almost 2 million Palestinians while he's eating ice cream. ABC News, Biden Netanyahu clashes over Rafah, red line, they're playing. After 4 months of war, now it's 5 months, Biden and Netanyahu are, this is the New York Times, are on a different path. So this is manufactured differences. There's no difference between Biden and Netanyahu. They're all neoliberal, racist criminal that they actually execute and tools of the global hegemony. All this help that came from the West, weapon and political coverage and denying the freedom of pro-Palestinians and the media, the social media, Facebook and Twitter, trying to eliminate what pro-Palestinian activity. That's why we have a call in Congress to ban TikTok because of all pro-Palestinians posting. Has nothing to do with being owned by Chinese. It's not really owned by the Chinese. The Chinese guy, founder, has only 25% ownership, and most of all the things that comes to the United States, it has to go to a server here, I think in Texas or something. So everything is screened and cleaned, sanitized, and approved before anybody can see it. NPR, Biden saying Netanyahu hurting Israel by not preventing more whatever. And then, of course, we have Schumer say we have to have re-election and get rid of Netanyahu. He's hurting whatever. Nobody is talking about the criminal, and he's just hurting. He's just hurting the image of Israel, as if the image of Israel really is a beacon of democracy in the Middle East. So Biden arguing Israel Netanyahu to protect civilian in Rafah. Biden needs to increase the pressure on Netanyahu financial time. Biden say he pushed Netanyahu for temporary ceasefire. Biden called early, called Netanyahu. Biden caught on mic saying we need to have Jesus coming moment with Netanyahu. All bullshit. It's all manufactured, slaughtering people in Gaza. We will never forget that. This is a stain on humanity. This is a stain on a country that claim that they are the champion of democracy and champion of human rights and all Israel. So this is my ranting for the day about how the media and trying to manufacture conflicts and differences that's not there. We don't see it on the ground. The slaughtering is still going on, attacking hospitals, killing people in their homes, and kidnapping people from hospital beds. Another headline: Netanyahu's approach to Gaza conflict hurting Israel more. Approach? What's approach? Taking the wrong highway, wrong side, going on tank instead of walking. It's just a synthesized language so the people consume it as this is just a political complex, and it's a matter of just doing it a little bit differently. But basically, Israel and Biden on the right path, and they have the right to defend themselves, and they have the right to destroy Gaza. Just they have to do it differently. It's like a marketing campaign, packaging, and it's a new repackaging of a Zionist ideology that is it's based on eliminating the natives. It's like what the American did here uh, uh, 300-400 years ago, and the Dutch and the European tried to do in South Africa and Angola. It's nothing new. So this is Ahmed again, and before you leave, just subscribe and follow and share that, and we'll see you next week or next podcast. And if you like to help out our work, you can log on our website, ahmediatv.com, and donate there. Anything would help. Thank you.